Hi, my name's Sandy Shaw and I'm a life coach at highpeaklifecoaching.com. I'm really pleased to be joined today by Chris Delaney, who is the business owner of the job hunters resource website employmentking.co.uk. What I really like about this website is that it covers all aspects of job hunting, including writing a CV, selling yourself, confidence building, and what I've invited Chris here to talk about today is his new book which supports the website, which is called Influencing the Interview Using NLP Psychology and Hypnotic Persuasion Techniques. I'm really excited about this book because I know a lot of people at the moment who are in the position of job hunting, whether they are currently in a job that they don't like and would like to find something that matches their skills more, that they can be more passionate about, or that they're in the unlucky position of having been made redundant, or they are currently out of work and are looking to get interviews. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your website, Chris.
About my website, yeah, so it's www.employmentking.co.uk. There's lots of different stuff on there, lots of resources that are free for people to download, like CV templates, interview questions and answers, NLP techniques on building confidence. The idea is just to empower people to get jobs basically and have a successful career.
Brilliant, great. And what's your background in, what actually got you into this as a business? What do you do?
Well, for the last 10, 12, 14 years, I've been an employment trainer and a careers advisor supporting people who have been long-term unemployed or been made redundant, or career professionals, just been more successful in their career. So I'm a qualified career advisor, qualified NLP life coach, and a qualified hypnotherapist.
All right, okie dokie. So tell me what inspired you to write a book that is much more focused on interviews.
For the last couple of years, I've been running a course called the Advanced Interview Techniques course, and that's using psychology, NLP, and hypnotic persuasion to help people be more successful in the job interview. But because it's based in Manchester, only certain people can access that course, and maybe if you're unemployed or you've just been made redundant, you might not have the money to pay for that course. So I wanted to put all that knowledge and experience, and even more actually, into a book that people can download instantly, or can get throughout the world.
Brilliant, that's great. And can you tell me, what do you think is the key thing that people struggle with interviews?
The definite key thing that people struggle with is, one is confidence, people not having the confidence to sell themselves, and the second one is actually the selling process. People really need to understand that the interview is a sales pitch, and you need to sell yourself to that interviewer. I meet loads of people who are very experienced, very qualified, very unique people, and you know that if the employer employ them, they'd be like a valuable asset to that organisation. But because that person can't get it across at the interview, they don't get employed. So many successful people lose out because they just don't understand that they need to sell themselves at that job interview.
Okay, so teaching people to sell themselves is,
Yeah.
is an aspect of the book.
Yeah, there's a big section actually called, I think we called it the dark side of sales psychology, and it's using psychology and sales techniques to really boost your sort of profile in that job interview.
Excellent, good. What else is covered in the book?
There's a big section on using NLP hypnotic language in the interview to take people on an emotional journey, so the interviewer remembers you. A big focus on understanding the employer's perspectives, because we all sort of see the world in a different way, and people use different filters in their mind. So a big part of the book is how people filter information, how people filter language, and how you can use their language or their personality type to influence them to sort of highlight your skills and experience. But for me, all that is great, but the key part to interviews is confidence, and there's a big section on confidence techniques and even getting rid of stuff like an interview phobia.
Brilliant, excellent. Would you be able to give us an example of perhaps one technique that is in the book that people could use to improve their confidence whilst they're preparing for an interview?
Yeah, definitely. So, if you ever meet someone with a phobia, well, as a life coach, you probably met several people with phobias. If you ever meet someone with phobia and you ask them what it is, why they're phobic, they'll always say that when they see something, or when you talk about, as an example, a spider, they'll get an image of that spider straight away in their mind. And you can see where my hand is now, they tend to have that picture really big in front of their mind. So no wonder they're scared of it, because that image is so big in front of their face. When they think about it, they are going to get scared. And when you ask
Same with interviews.
Yeah, same with
thought of having an interview, it can be, quite sort of make you feel really anxious and.
Yeah, definitely. And the reason why people feel anxious is because it's not just a picture to see, it's actually like a movie which is coloured, full of sound, it's a bit maybe lifelike, and instead of seeing them at an interview or them looking at a spider, they see it from their eyes and their mind. So they see the interview, so they walk into the interview and they see themselves being nervous, getting everything wrong, the interviewer laughing at them, pointing at them, them not being able to speak or something like that. So it's a very real life experience that they play in their mind. So we teach people to pause that film, to put like a big frame around it and just move it slightly out of focus. And by pausing it and putting a frame around it, we can actually turn it black and white as well. So the colour film's gone black and white. When you ask people how they feel about that event now, they feel a lot less nervous. So we move it further and further away, getting more and more out of focus. And the further you move that stilled image away, the less nervous you're going to feel. And what we get them to do is replace that with a positive film. We sort of do like a technique called a swish technique, where we get rid of the negative one and bring a positive one forward. And by doing that very quickly over a short period of time, when they think about a job interview or the spider, they don't think about a negative image, think about a positive image, which can only produce positive feelings.
Really, really good preparation for an interview.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell if you've got two people going for an interview and one's confident and one's nervous, the confident one's going to sell themselves more.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's really useful. So basically, if you're the kind of person that I didn't ask you, who specifically is this book aimed towards? Is it aimed towards young people leaving school, or older people finding themselves made redundant, or?
Yeah, it's aimed at people who have like the skills, the experience, the qualifications, people who should be getting jobs, but they get to the job interview and don't get any job offers. It's aimed at those people, so it's giving them the 73 rules of 73 new techniques to sort of pass the job interview.
Brilliant. So if that sounds like you, if you sound like the sort of person that, you've got the skills, you've got the experience, you've got a cracking CV, so you do get invited to interviews. However, you don't feel that you present yourself the way that you really would like to during an interview. This book really sounds like it's for you. It's going to give you some great skills and techniques to actually master the art of interviewing, because it is like an art, really, isn't it? And these skills, once upon a time we developed these skills to get us a job. Then we got the job, and all that information just goes into a not needed anymore file in the back of your brain. Whereas the thing is, these days, is it's not uncommon for people to change their jobs every 3 or 4 years. Or to want to be promoted, or to move up the careers ladder. And so starting to recognise what useful skills these are in actually interviewing and putting yourself forward for positions. If you can have the confidence and you knew that you performed outstandingly well in an interview, how many more opportunities would you actually put yourself forward for? So it's definitely lifelong skills that you would be developing with this book.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking today, Chris.
Thank you for inviting me.
And just a reminder, my name's Sandie Shaw, and I'm a life coach at www.highpeaklifecoaching.com. And this is Chris Delaney, author of Influencing the Interview with Using NLP Psychology and Hypnotic Persuasion Techniques, from www.employmentking.co.uk. Thanks for listening, and good luck with your job hunt.
Thank you. Bye for now.